Hi everyone, we're back from Thailand now and we thought we'd do like an overall kind of roundup of our trip and just discuss a couple of things that probably we would have liked to have known before we flew out. So yeah, if you're planning a trip, this is probably a good idea to watch, I'd say. We went to Thailand at the beginning of January. We actually flew out on New Year's Day and we stayed for around 16 days in total. So we had like a good amount of time there. We started off in Bangkok and then we went to Chiang Mai. From Chiang Mai we went to Railey Beach, then we went to Koh Lanta and then we went to Koh Lipe. Just briefly just going to discuss a couple of things in each place. Before we went I had everything booked, so I had all the hotels booked beforehand and most of the ferry trips as well, just because especially when I booked a hotel in Koh Lipe, they messaged me to say book your ferry as soon as you can, just because there was only 2 ferries a day from where we were going from. If they're booked up, then basically, yeah, there's kind of like no way to get there, but we'll discuss all that later on in the video. Starting with Bangkok, we arrived at 20 to 1 and one of the first things we done is we arrived at BKK. We went downstairs to like the basement level to pick up a Wi-Fi hotspot. We decided to get one of these because our data on our phone would have worked out £5 extra a day for both of us, so £10 a day in total, and we definitely wanted Wi-Fi. I know you can get it at most hotels and restaurants and stuff, but we wanted it constantly because we knew that we were going to be vlogging and uploading to Instagram and stuff, so
and navigating as well.
And navigating, yeah. So before we went out, we actually pre-booked it. I think it was cheaper to pre-book it as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Do bear in mind though, you do have to pay a 2,000 baht deposit, and that needs to be in cash.
But you get that back when you return it. So basically, as soon as we flew in, we picked that up, so we had a Wi-Fi. It's quite small as well. It's
yeah.
Like, it's tiny, like we thought, well, I thought it'd be like this massive freaking modem thing that I'd be carrying around, but it was actually tiny, and it comes with a power bank as well. So that was just slipped into one of our bags whenever we went out of the day, and then we always had it, so it was so good. I'd definitely say that for us, it was worth it. I'm basically going to link everything in the Dropbox below. So on arrival, we went down to get that, and then we got the airport rail train from BKK. We're always one for using like public transport wherever we go, just because it just makes sense. The system in Bangkok is amazing. Like we used the metro, we used the BTS, and we used the airport rail link system. Use them because they're there and it makes your transfer so easy and it's dead quick. In a taxi you can get, the traffic in Bangkok is mental, so in taxis you probably you might get stuck if it's peak times and stuff, but we were literally in the centre of Bangkok within 25 minutes, I'd say.
And that train journey going in is above everything, so actually all of a sudden it's your first introduction to the country and the city. Oh, it's brilliant. It's a really, really nice start.
So for us, we decided to stay in the Sukhumvit district just because from what I'd read I knew we'd like it, and we were on Soi 11, so we were right by the BTS Nana station and it was a great place to stay. Our hotel was the Salil Hotel and Soi 11, and it was really good. There was loads of like street foods, there was like pubs, there was bars, there was like overpriced bars, there was tourist tat shops, like there was basically loads around us, and it was like a 10-minute walk to all like the shopping malls and stuff, so it was really close. So I would say the Sukhumvit was a really good place to stay. One temple I would suggest you go and see, like, you know, you've got like reclining Buddha and all that. Like, there's one that didn't really get mentioned as much when I was planning our trip. It's the temple on the hill. It's a lovely, lovely place to go. There's little bells as you go up, and it was a really good temple to go and see. We done temples, we done Chinatown, we done the park, we done the shopping centres, we done quite a lot. We stayed in Bangkok for 3 days, and then we moved over to Chiang Mai. In Chiang Mai, we stayed in the old town. We flew up to Chiang Mai. I did actually want to get the overnight train, but it was sold out when I went to book it. Our airfare was really cheap though. We arrived in Chiang Mai, and one of the things I'd advise you to do is basically when you have a travel day, don't count that as day one in your new place. We didn't have the time to have a standalone travel day because when you arrive at a place, you've probably been up 4 o'clock in the morning, because most of the travel is done of a morning time. So you're up early, and then when we got to Chiang Mai, we arrived at 8 o'clock in the morning and we couldn't check in until 2. So we were like, right, we'll have a morning, we'll go and see all the temples, have a walk around, and we were just exhausted. We were so tired. So bear that in mind, like try and have standalone travel days if you can. Chiang Mai, I would definitely advise doing the cooking class. The one which we done was brilliant. We had an absolute ball. It was fantastic. We had a really good group of people. We made some really nice dishes. We come away with a cookbook thing, like an instructional cookbook. We had an absolute ball. Honestly, it was one of the best things we done, I'd say. Yeah. We also went to do
Chiang Mai Jungle Elephant Sanctuary.
Amazing. Not chained up or anything. They're left to like roam around, so you're in their home and you feed them, and then you wash them, you bathe them, you play with them. In a half day tour, they pick you up about 6:30 in the morning. You actually get there about 8ish, and you leave there, I'd say about 12. We got back to our hotel about 1, half 1. But it's a half day tour, and you get lunch as well, and there's enough time. It doesn't feel rushed. You've plenty of time. I booked and paid for that in advance via the website, so I'll link that down below. Another thing to check out in Chiang Mai, probably the markets. For us, it was a bit of a nightmare just because we're quite impatient people, I'd say.
Not fans of crowds.
I'm not a fan of crowds. You probably don't mind them. For me, it was just a freaking nightmare. Like, it was brilliant, but it was just too big. There was too many stalls selling the same stuff, and people don't know how to walk in a market. It was just crazy. But apart from all that, it's a good place to go and get some street food. We had some really tasty street food there.
The gyoza there as well.
Yeah, and it's actually quite cheap as well for street food. And don't forget to haggle. We went to a really nice place in Chiang Mai for some lunch. Can't remember the name of it, but I'll pop it here because I'm sure it was on my Google Maps, so I'll probably have it in the history. It was a popular place, and the food was like amazing food. So from Chiang Mai we went to Railey Beach. So for this we got a flight from Chiang Mai to Krabi, and then I booked a transfer online from krabishuttle.com. It was 400 baht, and they picked us up at the airport and then dropped us off at the pier for Railey Beach. Tickets for the long tail boat over were 100 baht each. And when we got to Railey Beach, we were staying on Railey Beach East, which is where the long tail boat drops you off. I didn't know any of this before we booked it, because I literally just booked it. But our hotel was the Railey Garden View, and it was up a mountain cliff, and it was a freaking hard work to get to. But the view was amazing. We only stayed there for one night. I would definitely go back there and stay longer, just because it's freaking amazing. From Railey Beach, we stayed in Koh Lanta. So we got a ferry from Railey to Koh Lanta. I have never experienced such disorganisation and stupid people in my life, honestly. It seems like everyone is kind of out for themselves when you get on a ferry. There's loads of pushing and shoving, elbows come out. People, like, there's no queues in Asia. I really struggles with that. People don't seem to queue, people push in, and I appreciate a good queue, and there's just none of that. And for me, I did struggle at first. I got used to it towards the end, but then when we started doing the island hopping and we got to the ferry port, you just basically get a sticker, and then you get told to go in that queue, and then you go in this queue, and then no one would say a thing to you, and then you go and ask, and they'd be like, go over there. So then you trot over there, and then another ferry would come in, and then you're like, oh no, that's your ferry, so you trot back over. Someone like me who likes an organised system, you're probably going to go a little bit mental, but grin and bear it, because the ferries get you to a fab place. Don't sit outside on the ferry. We got sunburned. When we got to Koh Lanta, we stayed in Long Beach Hotel. It was lovely. Had all different like types of room and stuff. We booked the basic room, the bungalow, and it was amazing. Breakfast was really good as well. The hotel's quite pricey for food, but there's loads of places to eat by that are quite cheap. Beach was beautiful, lovely place to stay. So from Koh Lanta, we went to Koh Lipai, and I booked a freaking speedboat. And when I was booking it, I just saw a speedboat and just booked it and thought nothing of it. It was crazy. So if you end up on a speedboat, brace yourself, sit at the back and take a neck pillow, because we was on the way back from Liverpool, we were sat in the middle, and every time it'd go up, it crashed down. We were sat at the bit where it was hitting the wave, and we were just literally getting smashed round.
Not only were we in the middle, but we're also at the side as well. If that makes any sense. So we're proper on the hull, and yeah, it was.
So sit at the back, just sit at the back. People at the back will love and life. And if you've got a neck pillow, take a neck pillow, because you're literally bouncing around. You like this. That's what it's like. It's ridiculous. Okay, so we're now going to talk through about some stuff that we packed that we didn't basically use or we didn't need. So top tips for packing: the bags that we had were brilliant, and we would say get them. The backpacks, detachable, day bag on front, 60 quid from Mountain Warehouse, Boss bags.
They're these 60 plus 20 model, aren't they?
Dead good bags, so recommend getting them. Packing cubes, just change your life completely. I'd used them before anyway, so I had an idea, but when you're backpacking it just makes sense, like it's brilliant, isn't it? And we also took some microfiber towels as well, just because as like beach towels, and just in case we didn't have towels, and they were like dead cheap and they were tiny and they were brilliant, so definitely get them. Clothes wise, honest to God, I wouldn't even bother taking clothes. I know that's a bit crazy. Take like swimsuits, bikinis, swim shorts. I'd say like a couple of tops and stuff, but seriously, like the clothes that I took out were just too hot. The clothes that I made there are like really thin, breathable materials, and the clothes that I had, even though they were summer clothes, were just like denim and that. It was too hot. And the clothes out there are so cheap, so I'd probably say buy most of your stuff out there, because it's like, it weighs next to nothing, and it's so light and breezy, and you can wash them better, they dry quicker. Everything that I took, I didn't even wear, and I didn't even take a lot of stuff. He took more clothes than me, and I literally was wearing the same outfit like 4 times, just because it was the only thing that I was comfortable in, because it was so hot. Don't pack too much. I'd watched so many packing things and read so many travel blogs, and I packed the minimum, but I still packed too much. I packed too many clothes. Maybe makeup. I took the minimum amount of makeup for me.
You hardly took any.
But I didn't actually wear it, to be honest. There was only like 3 nights where I actually put something on. This is from a girl who wears makeup quite a lot. I just couldn't be bothered. It was just no point when it's that hot. One thing I wish I'd have brought would have been some kind of hairstyler, because I didn't take any, and I didn't take any GHDs, any curlers, any straighteners, not on a hairdryer, not on. So I was using the hairdryers in the hotel, just blasting my hair dry. But my hair needs to be styled, like it doesn't dry straight, it dries like wavy and frizzy. So I wish I'd have taken something just like, so it had a little bit of a style to it, because the 2 weeks I just looked like an absolute tramp. But yeah. Buy your insect repellent out there, because the local stuff is way more effective than the 50% deep stuff you buy here. That means nothing out there, like it's just crap, so just buy their stuff. Sun cream, buy from here, because it's way more expensive over in Thailand. Take your sunscreen with you. Another thing that we found really helpful, probably because we had loads of things to charge, but we had an extension lead.
But this time we got one that it was all in a circle, but also had loads of USBs there as well. And in all honesty, we probably could have got away with about 90% of our stuff without even taking the plug. If you've got a couple of USB leads or something like that, then definitely get something that, obviously you need the power adapter, the travel adapter into the wall, but get something that's got multiple USBs, and you're laughing. And it cuts down on weight as well, doesn't it? Yeah.
Also, we've got a Monzo card as well. Amazing. There's no fees for using it abroad, and you can withdraw up to £200 for free. So I'd definitely get a Monzo card. You can transfer money from your own bank account to it, and if you don't use it, then you can transfer it back. It's just easy to use. It's so safe. It's like ridiculously safe. So every time you use it, you get a notification on your phone that you've got to approve it before the transaction goes through. It's like super safe, and I paid for anything we bought on card out there. So like the hotel stays, There was 2 or 3 hotels I hadn't paid for until we got to Thailand, so we used that. I used it for like, we synced it up with the Grab app and we used it for the Grab. I'd definitely say if you're going to be using your card abroad, then get it. Also with regards to money, we took GBP out with us and we exchanged a little bit. So we exchanged 50 quid at the airport and then we done little bits as we went along. What I'd probably say is just do it all in one.
Yeah.
Don't take baht out with you because you get a better deal over there. I can't remember the exchange rate at the airport and what we got in Bangkok and stuff, but just get it changed in one go so you're not pissing around going to stuff.
Yeah, and with that in mind, make sure before you leave the UK that you withdraw your money either from over the counter at your bank or at an ATM that it's new notes. You need new notes because not all of them, but some of them can get a little bit arsey with marked notes. I had quite a few notes rejected. We saved them to Lipe, didn't we? And then we got them exchanged there. So I don't know if it's like, I don't know. But yeah, try and get new notes and don't get any notes that are being marked. So that was the video. I know it was a bit manic and a bit all over the place, but we just wanted to share our experiences. So we hope you found it helpful. And all of our Thailand vlogs are on a playlist, so go and check them out. All my social media links are below. All his links to all his channel, he does tech and stuff, are all down below, so feel free to follow. So yeah, and ask any questions.
Yeah,
seriously, there's so many questions that we would have loved answering before we went out. So if there's something that we haven't covered in this or in the vlog, in the playlist, just ask.
Thanks for watching, take care, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.